In the wake of the 2016 election, many undocumented immigrants across this country have become anxious and fearful of increased immigration enforcement. Tonight, a story about one family in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where the children are American citizens, but the parents are not. From Milwaukee Public Television, Portia Young reports.
Luis, ¿quieres galletas en tu lonche o nada más
Every morning, Lola Flores gets her children ready for school, and her husband Jose plays with their youngest daughter before leaving for work. But for Jose and Lola, ever since the new presidential administration took over, each morning has become the start of another day of living in fear. Fear that they may be separated from their 4 children who are American citizens by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents due to increased immigration enforcement.
The more important thing for my family is we stay together. I can't imagine the separation with my little sister. We live with fear every day, and it's not easy.
If I get deported, I don't know what will happen with my children.
Their 15-year-old daughter, Leslie, is equally frightened her parents may be arrested by Immigration Customs Enforcement agents, or ICE.
I'm worried that, there's been rumors that there's been raids, and I'm scared that what if they go to the store and they get taken by ICE?
Love you.
The Flores family says it's not just the risk of deportation that scares many of the families, but also the negative attitude that anti-immigrant supporters have taken against undocumented immigrants since President Trump took office.
A person came to me and said, "Nice truck, a nice family, but get the hell out of this country." My son then turned around to look at me and said, "What happened, Daddy? Why is this person telling us this?" I told my son, "It's nothing, don't worry." And then the man said, "Get out of this country. This is not your country. We have a new president now, and his name is Donald Trump." So this hurts me and breaks my heart, not for me, but because of the experience my little boy went through.
Jose and Lola have lived in the U.S. for 20 years. With the ongoing violence among cartels going back to Mexico, their country of origin, they say would be very difficult, if not deadly.
I cannot go back to a country like this.
I don't know anyone who wishes to take Mr. Flores and his wife and deport them, make their 4 children parentless here in the United States.
Brian Westrate, chairman of the Wisconsin 3rd District Republican Party, says the current laws for legalization should be changed.
We need to work together, and by we, the American people, but through our representatives, because again, they're the only ones who can write law. They're the only ones who can change law. We need to work together to come up with a pathway to legalization.
Others believe more security is needed.
We would be much better off if we could welcome as many immigrants who would love to come here and support that American dream for them.
As a former member of the Army National Guard, Milwaukee County Supervisor Deanna Alexander has been on the front lines of the U.S.-Mexico border. And it's her experiences there that have her calling for increased law enforcement and tougher security.
Living in a world with terrorism and drug smuggling and people who would do Americans harm on purpose and by choice or through their own negligence, we have to be conscientious of what that means and be careful of who we allow to come in our door.
Immigration attorney Kane Ulahan, who is giving legal advice to the Flores family, says a pathway to legalization for undocumented immigrants such as the Flores is not easy to obtain.
You can only really get it if you have, for example, a family member who is a U.S. citizen or permanent resident to apply for you. And if you don't have that, it's very difficult and oftentimes impossible to get legal status under our current laws.
Under the current immigration laws, the only current solution for Lola and Jose to start a process for legal status would be through their children. But for a U.S. citizen child to petition for a parent, the child must be at least 21 years of age.
Well, it feels good to know that there's a point that in my life that I can help them, like they have helped me. And, but it's hard to know that I'm 15 right now, and that's until you're 21, I believe. So it's a long time to be waiting, but we're going to try our best to do that.
Last summer, the Flores family tracked down their governor, Republican Scott Walker, at a presidential campaign event in Iowa to confront him about deferred action for parents of Americans and lawful permanent residents, known as DAPA, created under President Barack Obama.
Why are you blocking Tapa?
Thank you. I'm the governor. I don't have anything to do with it right now, but type so. Okay.
No, thank you.
I went that time because I've seen, heard, and read about his politics and his views, and I don't agree with that. And well, that time I went because of my family, my friends, and I told him, why do you want to deport my family? Why are you against TAPA?
Back to my question. Why are you trying to break my family apart?
Can you answer that question? I was just at a live hit, so I didn't want to spend 30 seconds answering your question. For us, we're a nation of laws, and unfortunately, the president last year, after saying 22 times before last year that he couldn't make the law up himself, he said he wasn't the emperor, he said he was the president of the United States, and he said he couldn't change the law. He decided to change the law, even though the courts have now said he can't do that. So my point is, you got to follow the law, follow the process. I completely sympathize with the situation you're all in and others.
GOP Party District Chair Brian Westrate says Republicans must find a way to incorporate immigrants.
And speaking for the Republican Party, there's a great deal of compassion and acknowledgement that our society is largely better off with people like the Flores family in it than without it. At the same time, we have to find a pathway to legalization. The solution cannot simply be to just continue to let them exist in the shadows.
Milwaukee County Supervisor Deanna Alexander says her own parents were immigrants, so she understands people wanting to come to the U.S. for a better life.
But I also understand that we have some major problems, and it may not just be at our southern border. We have some major problems with people who want to break our laws or do our society great harm that will come to this country with any opportunity they have.
The message Jose Flores would like to get across: immigrants are not bad people.
We all came here to work, and I have behaved correctly in this country. I contribute to this country, and I try to do everything the right way and stay out of trouble. I just don't have a Social Security or a working permit, but that is all. Neither I nor my family are criminals, and there are many like me who are not criminals.
It's a message the Flores family hopes will resonate with lawmakers and around the country. For PBS NewsHour, I'm Portia Young in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.